Welcome back, fourth grade clarinets. We are moving on to our lessons where we start reading music. Now, we've been working with the top of our clarinet, and we've been moving on to adding our other pieces. So now your entire clarinet is together, and we're working on our E, D, and C. So I'm going to jump on really quickly to remind you that you must cover the entire hole when you're playing your clarinet. So for E, we're covering that first finger, and our thumb is sideways, covering that back hole. Our D, we add one finger, and for our C, we add the final finger. There can't be any space in between your fingers. If you have space showing, the note won't come out. And we want to keep our wrist down, right? And our other hand, our right hand, is underneath on our thumb rest. So we have our left hand on top and our right hand on the bottom. And we also learned about reading music. We started to learn to read music, our music staff. We talked about whole notes and whole rests. So our whole note is that big circle. Our whole rest is that little black kind of line that you see, that thick line. We talked about whole notes getting 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. And our whole rest getting 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we talked about our beats, and we also learned that the note E sits on the very first line of the music staff. Our bottom line is line 1. And E is a dissecting note. Dissecting is a math word. Dissecting means that there is something cutting in between it, cutting it in half. It is dissecting. So E sits on the very first line. It will not move. It will sit there. You're not going to see it anywhere else right now. Okay, so what's going to happen is you're going to hear the computer start to count, and then we're going to play. We've done this in class, so get ready. First finger and thumb are on. Pause the video if you have to. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. And you can practice this as many times as you want. We'll do it one more time. You can always stop the video and go back. Let's do that one more time. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. We're going to move on to our second note, which we learned was, magically it will appear, there it is. It is D. D is not a note that sits on a line. D is a space note. It stays inside of space. This is a very big space. D sits below the music staff in this open space. How do we play it? We play it with those 2 fingers and your thumb. 2 fingers and your thumb. Okay, same thing. The computer will start. Get ready to play. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, rather than go and do that one again, I'm going to move on to our next one, which is going to be fun because we're going to make a little song. It's called the 2-Note Tango. And while you're looking at it, you will notice that the notes are changing. The notes are changing. So look at this first note, say it in your head. Oh, there's a different note there. And you're going to notice that we have a different pattern. So your fingers are going to have to move. We've done this in class. This is a great one to practice to work on your finger strength. This is a great one to practice to work on finger strength. Okay. Let's try this one. Get ready to play that first note. Remember, you can stop the video anytime. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Ready, switch, notes. 1, 2. Switch and play. 1, 2. Switch and play. 1, 2. Last note and play. Excellent job. I would probably do that a few times, but we are going to move on to the next note, which is our third note that we have learned. That note is probably the easiest one to remember, I think, because it doesn't sit on the music staff, and it has characteristics of both. Yes, it sits inside of a space, but it also has a line dissecting through it. So this is an unusual note, probably the easiest one to remember because it's very different than the other two. How many fingers are we using? We're using 3 fingers. All 3 fingers and your thumb must be in those holes. Use that nice cushiony part of your finger or your finger pad. Stop the video if you have to. Get ready to play. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4th grade clarinets, do your best. You're going to get better every week. Every time that you see me in practice, you will get better. Remember, keep those fingers covering those holes. Do your very best, and I'll see you in class.